Wisconsin tonight. We pray for healing and comfort to Jacob Blake and his family. We pray for your protection over those.
All right, guys, I hope you can hear me. All right, we got one person back in. I'm hoping this is going to work this time. We got ears on, I think. Yeah. I had to start over. It wasn't working right, you know. My Captain Graybeard. Yeah, yeah. You know, you know. One of these days I'll get man enough to be able to grow one like a rider, but it might be a while. So I'm just going right into my iPad. Of course, I don't have my headset on or anything, so I like to use that because I like to take some phone calls in. But obviously, my son is not around to get this thing set up for me, so we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Um, but uh, I have my laptop open so I can read you guys' comments. Um, see what we got. 6 folks watching right now, and you guys know that I will respond to all of your questions. Just put them in there, type them in there, and I'll respond to them right away. Okay, make you a part of this. So, um, I wanted to talk about this weather situation. Okay, so of course you guys know. Uh, I live in Houston, and there's a tropical storm in the Gulf. It's headed this way, right? And it's going to be pretty significant, Category 3. And I was uh, I was under load, and the load delivered in Conroe. And in Conroe, for y'all who don't know, is north of Houston on I-45, about 60 miles north of Houston. Okay, and acoustics, uh, no bueno. uh, so, anyways, uh, on my way to deliver, I found out that Galveston in Galveston County was under mandatory evacuation. So I was thinking, man, this stuff is going to be pretty bad. I think I need to go home, right? So I called up safety as I'm going. I mean, I'm already sitting in traffic because in Cut and Shoot, Texas. um, I'm sitting in this, and if anybody ever driven through Cut and Shoot, you know that's a small town, and it's only state highways through there. It's not, you know, regular highway, right? So where are you at in Texas? Ryder, I'm at home now in Houston, and but I was in Conroe when I got the news that Galveston was going to be shut down. Okay, now uh, I live about 30 minutes from up 45 from Galveston, and you know I know it was coming, and what I didn't want is to leave my family at home, you know, with a hurricane, a Category 3 hurricane coming, right? Plus, we get a lot of water, and when we get water, man, it can shut the freeways down. You guys seen the news with that stuff, right? So I wanted to be at home. So I called DM. I said, hey, I need to be home, and the response basically the response I got was, um, that's not going to be much of a storm. We're gonna work through that. So we're gonna put you under load. You go home, do a 10-hour break, then go deliver your load tomorrow morning. Uh, in so many words, is what they said. What I heard was totally different. What I heard was, "Fuck you and your family. Go deliver our freight over and over again until you die. We don't care." It's kind of what it sounded like. And I was about to go off, but I didn't. I didn't. I held my tongue, and um, I delivered the load. Some steel coils. I'm gonna put up the a screenshot, and I'm gonna do a video, and I'm gonna talk about the load that I was on, because those were eye to the sky coils. I took some pictures of it, so I'll talk to you about securement and all that stuff on those eye to the sky coils. Pretty cool. Anyways, after I sent in my empty call, I got um, another load, a bling bling. Look over there, and I said, "Oh shit, they got a load." So I opened the load, and I noticed that load picked up in Seabrook, Texas. Seabrook is in Galveston County, and it was steel that I've picked up there several times, and it's not steel. I'm sorry, it's aluminum, aluminum rolls before they turn aluminum into beer cans and whatever else they make this stuff with window trimmings and all that stuff. All it comes in these big huge rolls, okay, or in blocks, okay. And then the companies they then melt these steels down, aluminum down, and then form it into whatever they want to form it into, okay. And so you go to the port to pick that stuff up, and I've done it several times. But what I knew they didn't know is that port was going to be closed when I got there. So I had to argue with them. I just accepted that load, drove to the port, and sat there and waited for somebody to come to me and tell me they was closing that port and they ain't loading my truck. And that's exactly what happened. So now I'm home. Oh my God. So what's the moral of the story? I really felt like um, uh, Crazy Horse. You heard right. Uh, I believe that's most country. Yep. Glad to see you at home. Yes, man. You know, really, I was really surprised. I was, and probably shouldn't be. I'm too old to be uh, naive about stuff, And but they've always treated me really good, you know. And at the end of the day, I ended up at home, and um, nowhere in hell I want to go out. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's supposed to start, hitting the Louisiana coast tomorrow evening. So even if I was going to pick something up, I couldn't get out of here because um, the egress is all everywhere you can get out of here is full of traffic. Because mandatory evacuation. So I'm staying home until the storm is over, man. With my family. I really don't believe that we're going to get much. You know, um, uh, even during Harvey, which was was that 500-year worst. That was bad. That was bad, and for the most part of it, I mean, our lights didn't even go off. We watched TV and ate movies and ate and watched TV and enjoyed life. I say our lights didn't even go off. My neighborhood is pretty was pretty straight, and our houses are pretty tight. So and we don't even have to. They have storm windows. I don't even have to put like boards anything up. So it's pretty cool, but you know, as a man, what you gonna do? You gonna leave your wife and kids at home when the store category 3 come in? No, man. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, I just worry about. I don't worry about it. I mean, I guess the premise to my rant is if the company doesn't have loyalty for you, then what what loyalty should you have to the company? What do you feel like you owe the company anything? You know, if they tell you, you know, we love our drivers and you know we're so appreciative of our drivers, and then uh, something like this happened, they go make our money. I mean, what do you feel? What do you think? You know, should we have any type of loyalty towards our companies? You know, or should we just take what we can get and run with it? You know, and I've always been that you know, like, go. I'm gonna make as much money as I can make, and if the company is, you know, treat me good, then I'll let you know treat me good. They treat me like shit, I'll let you know treat me like shit. You know, and I can't say that this was a treat you like shit. I believe, in all honesty, I believe that they believed at the time that I was making my making my case to get home, that they may. How many times do they get drivers that want to go home and just say, I need to go home because, you know, my cat's sick. I need to get home because, you know, I need to, you know, I got a plank fell off my picket fence. Shit, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure they hear a lot of shit. So I get it. I get it. But I ain't making this up. You know, so what's the problem? I don't know. I don't know. Ryder been doing it a lot longer than me, so you know maybe he got some ideas. You know how he handled, you know, frustrations at the job on this trucking company thing. Man, I I, I just I mean I enjoy driving. I enjoy the trucking game. Um, I just uh, I just don't like how a lot of drivers are treated. You know, and I'd say a lot of because some guys deserve it. Some guys deserve to be treated like shit because I've watched them. I was once in my drive when I was with Swift. I was in a driver leader in their little area at Salt Lake, and um, there was like 6 driver leaders in there, and a driver walks in, and then this driver walks up to his driver leader, and his driver leader's on the phone. Okay, so he stands there, and then driver leader acknowledged him, you know, and you know, pointing. So he got off his phone. Finally, got off the phone. He says, "Hey, how you doing? You know, what can I do for you?" And the driver says, "You can get me out of Washington." I think that's where, but it doesn't matter where it was. Okay, it doesn't matter. It was not Salt Lake, Utah. You know, and the guy was like, "Get you out of Washington? What's your truck number?" And oh, okay. So apparently, this driver had a load on him. You know, the guy was obviously parked out the guy was obviously parked out in the lot. You know, and then the load came across his Qualcomm, and what the guy wanted at the end of the day, what the guy wanted was for it to be stacked. He didn't want to get to Washington or wherever that load was gonna terminate, and then um, not have a load coming out of there. That's what he was worried about. But that's what he said. The guy says, um, "You can get me out of Washington," and he. Oh, actually, let me back up a little bit. Before that, the driver leader asked him, well, how you doing? And the guy says, something negative. It was like, um, I'd be doing better if you do something else. I mean, the guy was really sarcastic and assholeish, right? And and I turned to him, and I had on a Swift shirt, but it was a button up shirt, and it was ironed, and I had on some slacks and stuff because I was going to meet with the terminal leader, right, the terminal director, and so I looked at the guy and I said, let's go out into the hallway because the guy was really nasty to this driver. Let's go out in the hallway. So I took him out in the hallway, and I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm skipping because that situation frustrates me. So let me back up a little bit. So I turned to the guy, and I looked at him into his face, and I said to him, "It sounds like you're not happy." And the guy says, "No, I'm not happy." So I said, "Are you a company driver or a lease driver?" And the guy says, "I'm a company driver." And I says, "Well, why don't we just take this as your resignation? You go clean out your truck, and we don't have to do this." And the guy was like, and I said, "Let's go in the hallway." So then I walked him into the hallway, and I said, "Dude, I'm just a driver. I'm nobody. I'm just a driver." But did you hear what I just said to you? All they have to do is just go tell it, and then somebody of power is going to come and tell you the same thing. Why are you talking to this guy like that? He didn't. You don't have to talk to that person like that. Just go in there and say, "Hey, I'm concerned that I'm going to be, yeah, in this city, and I'm not going to be able to get out. Is there any way that I can get stacked out of there, or something?" Yes, but whatever you need to do, you need to clean it up because that guy didn't deserve you coming in there and talking to him that way. So the guy walks back in, and he walks right to the driver leader. He says, "I'm sorry, I should have talked to you that way. Uh, I just was worried that I'm not going to be able to get out of this place. And the guy says, "No problem. Let me see what we can do." And he said, "Well, here's a load that's going to come out of there. If, can you do this, whatever, blah." But they worked it out. They worked it out. And had I not been standing there, that guy would just took a tongue lashing from this driver. So I get it. I get it. But you and I don't come off like that. We don't come sideways. So do we take it up the culo? Because you know these driver leaders, they got chip on their shoulder now, but drivers put it there. You know, uh, Grace told you, you said it right. As long as I'm making money, I'll run hard. Family comes first, which is right. Don't agree with that time to move on. That's right. Uh, 50, how are you? I'm doing really good, Christopher. How you doing, bro? Uh, then 850, how long is training for a new CDL holder at Melton? And how are you, by the way? I'm doing fantastic. Um, the new driver is, I think it was something like 20 days or something like that. It was really good. Oh crap! I don't. I didn't bring my Milton pad that has it in there, but I think it's $90 a day and 20 days or something like that. It wasn't a month. I remember it was a lot shorter than even Swift. Um, and uh, you know the training for flatbed is a lot different, of course, because they're two different, areas of trucking. Okay, but um, with drive-in refrigerator, when you pull in that box, backing is the biggest part that you need to learn. Okay, because you're gonna drive forward damn near every mile you putting on the truck while you with a mentor. Okay, uh, but backing can trip you up, and I think it's because a lot of people have preconceived notion. Plus, it's hard to back up in an articulating vehicle when you don't understand how articulation works, and so it takes a little while. All right, but in flatbed, the vast majority of the focus of your training is not backing, because when you don't back very much, okay, it's really securement and the theory of securement, because every load you get is going to be, well, say every load, most loads are different. Okay, um, I did some eye to the sky coils I just dropped off, and I've never done eye to the skies before. Okay, and this load was a repower, which means it had already been tarped, it already been strapped, it already been secured, and I just saw it this morning when I untarped it for the first time. But it was a learning experience to see how the guy had the thing strapped. I also learned a little something else too, and it was some of the problems that I've had with my tarps, the company tarps, not my tarps, but the company tarps would poof out on the sides, and I would notice that they would, in the front of my load, the bungees would stretch like this, so air would get under it and poof them out, and I would try in several ways to keep those bungees tight and get them tighter and tighter so that it would hold the flap over and secure that load. And this guy used nylon twine to close the front and the back. He closed. Okay, the tarp comes down like this, right? So this is the front. The flap folds down over the front, and then you secure it, and under that flap is the ends of the sides. Okay, I'm hoping I'm making this work. And what you do is you bungee the two sides together, and then the flap comes over and covers it like this. Okay, I know that was janky, but I hope you get my theory. But it would poof out, right? And this guy used nylon twine, because nylon twine does not stretch. So when he pulled it tight, his flap come over, bungee that flap, and he don't have to worry about it poofing out. It didn't poof the whole time I was driving, well, the whole time I was pulling. But he don't have to worry about it poofing out because it couldn't stretch, because it was nylon twine that he closed it off with. So I thought that was pretty cool. I learned something from that. I'm gonna go buy nylon twine tomorrow and put it on the truck so I can have it. Okay, but that's the going to be the bulk of the training that you're going to receive when you do flatbed. Okay, and really, really, really pay attention. Try to learn as much as you can from that mentor, uh, especially with load securement. Now, if you're a new driver, so basically you went to CDL school, college or whatever, and then you got your CDL. A lot of companies, they want you to have something. You know, um, a lot of companies will bring you on, and then you go through some long, extensive training. Uh, the mentors at Melton, they have to sign off on you. It might take you longer than the 20 days, but uh, you do all the driving. The mentor does not drive. There is no teaming. He has to be on duty while you're on duty while you're training. Okay, and so you're gonna get enough driving in there. Trust me, you're gonna get a lot of driving. Melton does have a lot of work, man. A lot of flatbed work. So for all that stuff, I can tell you, I really, really like. Okay, so while you're with the mentor, um, you know, you're gonna get if you can't drive a truck in a straight line, you know, I don't know what to tell you. But you know, you need to learn how to jake, um, you know, when to pull back, how to change lanes properly, all that kind of stuff, which what comes with driving. And and if you think about it, why should it take longer than 20 days for you to figure that out? You know what I mean? The difference in some people is that comfortability may take a little longer. You see, but you know, you don't have to go through this type of stuff that I sent my went through with my students when I was pulling the drive in, because the trickiest part of it was backing. And I spent a lot of time. Remember, I set the drone up so we would go talk about how the truck articulates. They could see it from a sky view. What and from the sky view, that truck making its moves, they were the one driving it. They were the one making those moves. So they then could get in their head uh, what they were thinking when they what why they decided to make that move. They can see in their mind's eye what they actually saw when they were moving, and then it helped them to get there. Okay, that's things that you won't have to do with when you're doing flatbed. Uh, uh, so there is quite a bit of difference in flatbed and dry van type of training. Now, I think it is 6 months. I think if you got 6 months of experience, you can go right into your own truck. Okay, so if you got less than that, you're gonna have to spend some time with a mentor when you're at Melton. Let's see. Um, Thank you. Your videos are very informative. I really appreciate that, man. If you have any things you want me to talk about in my videos, you know, let me know. Give me some information, and I'll be glad to put one out there, man. To kind of answer any questions that you may have. Um, uh, oh, Raymond Wilson. Wow, and I'm sure. I'm sure being new, I need backing practice. Okay, um, so here's what I would do, and you can when it's your turn, you can get with when you get with your mentor. No matter if it's driving or and by the way, if you are if you did drive in or refrigerated, and then you go do flatbed, um, most flatbeds pull spread axle trailers. Okay, spread axle is I don't even have any toy trucks up here, but uh, a spread axle. Whenever you see the trailer tires, okay, on the drive-in or refrigerated trailer, the tires are like this. Those tandem, they're close, okay. And then in a flatbed, a lot of times you'll see them like this, and then there'll be a toolbox in there, or something in the middle of them. Those are spread axles, okay? And trailers back and turn completely different. Oh my God, they back in one of them sucks rabbit ass. I can tell you that this red is not fun. Especially they got a load, man, and they are always freaking heavy. Flatbeds are freaking heavy because those in a dry van, those trailer tires you get 20,000 pounds per axle, but in a dry van, I mean in a spread you get 30. I mean 40. Okay, so oh my God, what's wrong with me? Um, um, you get 20,000 pounds per axle. Okay, so I can put 40,000 pounds on the back of a rear tandems spreads on a flatbed, and 34,000 on A drive-in. Okay. Whew. God, I struggled through that one. It's been so long since I did a drive-in with closed windows. So, excuse me. So, anyways, my point is when you learn how to back a drive-in, dude, that's cake in comparison to backing a spread, because the spread does not respond like the drive-in. Is a lot easier with those closed handles. I can't believe I got those numbers all crazy in my head. I don't drink, by the way, so I'm not drunk. I just couldn't remember. All right. But anyways, while you with your mentor, you can suggest to go do some backing at truck stops in the middle of the day when truck stops don't have a whole lot of trucks there, and it'll allow you to do two or three backs, um, without any stress, and then finish your run. Just go on back out on the road, take off again. And if you do that every day, let's say, because my students will get 5 backs every day, period. We're gonna do at least five, and we would, even if it was on a run where we wasn't gonna necessarily had the delivery or pickup that day, we would do that. We would go to a truck stop, pull in there, and back in, pull out, circle it, go in there, back in, pull out, circle it, and then because you think about it, in a week you do five a day, just Monday to Friday, you do 25 backs a week. So if they're with me almost a month, then they're gonna get at least 100 backs, five a day. Works out pretty good, man. You ain't gotta if you can't bag that goddamn trailer up after you done backed it 100 times, then I don't know what to tell you. You might need to go do something else. Okay, but I know you can do it. All right. So don't be scared. Don't be worried about it because you knew that you think that you won't be able to do it. No, you knew. Just got to think of a little something different and tackle it a little different. Go to the truck stops. Talk to your mentor. Look, I really want to practice that. I want to do it in a non-stressful situation. So why don't we just go, to like the Loves or Pilot or TA or whatever, like 11 a.m. Ain't nobody there at 11 a.m. but people who, overslept. You can make it happen, bro. Uh, Alex, hey, is Swift a good starter? Man, I just talked to another Swifty. He's still there right now. He's a Ubiist, and he was telling me I was literally flabbergasted. Okay, um, I let me see. Let me let him know. I'm letting him know that I'm live right now. Uh, and I was really shocked at what he told me. He was reaching out to me. He reached out to me earlier today because he was thinking about leaving Swift. He was thinking about leaving because he wasn't making much money. Matter of fact, he was doing pretty poorly. And I thought that was odd because they have a lot of work. Ethan, hello. Um, they have a lot of work, man. They did, but he's not making real money. It's not doing well, and I was surprised. Um, I'm gonna tell you from my experience, it was a good company, and everybody want to say it's a starter company, but in actuality, you can actually uh, work for them for a career and do pretty good, man. Okay, but just like any company, the all the chips got to line up. You know, um, you got to take advantage of every situation you can get. And I did okay working at Swift. Where I started to do really good was when I began to mentor, because you get that. You get the mentor bonus money, and you get that all those extra miles on your check, and that alone I was doing about $1,500. Okay, and I mean the net 1,500 a week net, and and then I did referrals and stuff like that, you know. So I actually killed it. But you got to take advantage of those incentives, okay? But as far as you just wanted to get your career started, is Swift good, man? Hell yeah, yes. And I'm tell you why I liked them and why I even chose them is because um, uh, they were biggest, number one, and the next, I could get my license for Swift in Texas. I like that. And they were really quick to get you behind the wheel of your own truck. Basically, their mentoring phase was pretty short. My other option that I was thinking about going to was Prime. And what turned me off about Prime is I would have to go to Missouri, get a Missouri license, and then uh, turn it back into a Texas license. And then they had this long, extensive you know, shit to do. You know, it's driving. They mentoring programs so goddamn long. Put it that way. You know, I don't miss that, man. And they're thinking that's even longer. They could be like, first it's like 20 or 30,000 miles. They got to do like 50,000 miles, 100,000 miles, some shit like that. It's crazy. But they're a good company, and and you know I was gonna go with them because I wanted to do the lease thing, and but I went with Swift because of those reasons, and I don't regret it. Okay, so there are some that went through them and they did regret them, you know. But I was in the truck with that person. I don't know their driving habits, you know. I don't know, you know, what kind of mentor they had, you know. I don't know. All I know is what my experience was, and it was pretty damn good. So the short answer to your question is hell yeah, man. Go out there and grab what you can grab. I will say this though, if you don't really want to have a career there, um, hang with them long enough to make sure that your schooling is paid, okay, and try to get at least that year. That 12 months is really really crucial. If you can do 13 months, that's cool. Because when you leave and go someplace else with 13 months, at least that's a low year experience. It's gonna make a big difference in the pay you're gonna get um, with the next company. Okay. Uh, don't listen. Okay, because I was nervous. We just, uh, that going with Melton, man. The the mentoring phase part is pretty quick. You're not gonna have a problem with that. And they pay you like 7 days, bro. They don't. It's like no days off. Let's say you was mentoring with me. Okay, I'm home on weekends, so if I put you up in a hotel for the weekend, you're gonna still be making $80 a day sitting in a hotel. They ain't tripping, boy. They got you. Okay. Jose Martinez, thank you for the info. I received my letter from Melton, and I'll be in Tulsa. All right, 8:30 orientation. Sweet deal, bro. Sweet deal. You know, you're gonna enjoy it. That's a badass terminal, man. I think the training is actually done across the street with the old building, but you go across the street to the new building, man. It's really cool, and you know they kind of got it. You know, you got to mask up when you go in there, and which is I don't know why people trip on wearing a mask, man. I don't understand the big deal myself. Just put the damn mask on, shit. Um, but you know, they have a little company store in there to help you get some of the security stuff that you're gonna need, things to make your life a little easier. Um, I did a video on some of the little tools that I bought. You don't have to go all the way out like I did after a while. You start figuring out, man, the shit I need is cool to own it, but don't necessarily mean you got to have it to get started, okay? But like the stitching pole that holds the little V boards, you're gonna need that. You know, that's kind of crucial. You know, good leather gloves are crucial. You know, some knee pads is crucial. Yeah, and they'll offer that stuff to you when you at orientation and buy it. Okay, you want that stuff. Trust me, you want the freaking knee pads, bro. Because when you climbing on the lows and you crawling across them lows, it'll tear your pants up. All you gotta do is hit the edge of something and tear you up. So you know, just get you the right stuff, man. And they'll tell you what you need while you're there. You're in good hands. I put you there. Ethan, what's up? What's up? Ballpark figure. I'm in Mississippi. How much could I make in a week at Melton? What is this noise? I know it's not raining. I'm hearing some weird noises. Anyways, um, people ask me how much you can make. I'm gonna tell you what I do. I make $1,000 a week. Okay, and when I was OTR, which is what you will be when you first get going, I made about $200 a week more. So I gave up about $200 a week to go regional. It's $800 a month. Time 12 months, you giving up some, you give them a little bit of money, you know, $9,600 a year. But um, it was worth it to me, you know. So, but I run, man, and that's where the difference is between, what can you make, what should you make, what are the possibilities is a really more accurate question. Where I can give you more of a legitimate response. You potentially make 1,200, $1,300, maybe more. I say that. I say that honestly because that's what I did. And I did that. I had a year experience though. Okay, so they're gonna pay you a little bit more if you got year experience. So that comes into play. Um, I guess it's easier to say that you're gonna do somewhere between 2,500, 3,000 miles a week on average. Okay, there's gonna be some weeks where you're gonna kill it. You get 3,500 miles, like damn, bowling. Then the next week you got 1,200 miles. So it won't be that long, but you get what I'm saying. All right. So you're gonna make a good living, man. You just got to keep working and keep driving, and that's how you make the money. Don't turn nothing down. Just keep rolling. You can't turn anything down. It's all forced dispatch. Um, let's see. On my way to Prime in a month, take a division. Man, you're gonna have to. I got to make more videos. You got to start commenting on my videos when you get that. I want to know how. I've never talked to a Prime tank driver. I talked to a Prime flatbed guy, and I definitely talked to a Prime reefer guy quite a bit. Lyle, No Hippie Truck and Transportation on YouTube here. He and I know each other pretty good, and I talked to him, and he's really happy at Prime. I don't know anybody in the tanker division. I'm really curious about how it works, so I'm serious when I say, man, I want you to keep in contact with me. Hit me up. Let me know how that tanker division thing works out for you when you get in there. Yes, Promise Forever, but they sound great. But then 3 to 4 weeks out, it'd be like, heck no. Well, got you for thanks for all the info. I think I'm gonna apply and get the hell out of Mississippi. Well, listen. um, I will tell you something about trucking that I've learned, I've accepted, even though it's not really my thing. If you're gonna make money in trucking, you're either going to just be one of these lucky souls who just flopped into that tripped and fell in a pile of gold shit, or have been in it for a while, you know, and worked your way up, or you are out for a while. When I say out for a while, I mean you are driving, you're out from home at least a month, at least 4 weeks. And if you're home more than that, or you stay home longer than, say, a weekend, it takes a significant toll on the amount of money you make. Um, if you think about it like this, you excuse me, guys, excuse me, you're gonna make money in uh, after the first couple of days you take off, and before first couple of days when you are going to home time. Basically, you're gonna spend time traveling to a load. You when let's say you came off home time, okay? You're traveling to a load. You pick that load up, and now you start doing some loaded miles. You pick up, drop off, loaded miles. 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 It's months down the line. I mean, weeks down the line. Now you started for home time. Now you're from home, and they got to work you back home. Now they got to be cautious about the loads that they give because they got to head you in a specific direction. And that's when this starts happening with your miles. So those last few days before you go home, you're gonna be get smaller runs. You're only gonna make the difference between where you are and your house. Okay, that's it. I mean, they're not gonna wrap you around and zigzag you into the house. You're going to the house, right? So if you're 2,500 miles away from the house, then it takes you a week to get there, then you've done really good. You know, if you less miles than that, then you're gonna make less that week getting home. And then, excuse me, guys, the same thing's gonna happen when you get off home time. So if you're at home for a week, you may as well consider about 9 days toast. Okay, so that's what happens. That's and you if you were leasing or purchasing a truck and you took home time, you'll find out pretty goddamn quick. What I'm telling you is true. You can't own or lease a truck that you're paying notes on and do what I'm doing, being home every week. I mean, dude, you're gonna find yourself in a hole. You can say, if you know, I do it. Yeah, you do it. You better not trip, slip. Nothing better not break on that truck. Because if you do, you ain't got the money, and that's just fact. You can say what you want, but you're not making that kind of money unless you specialize. You're not gonna do it. It's the reason why I'm buying the equipment that I'm gonna buy when I go on my own is because I'm not trying to pull regular freight because I already know I'm not gonna be going all the time. I don't pull specialty freight, high rates, short miles, and I'm home on the weekend. It's a little bit different, but you got to be able to have the equipment to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible. You can make some money, but okay, I got you. Is your email in the description about? My email is 50 plus trucker talk at gmail.com. 5050. Don't spell it out. Just put the letters 50 plus. Spell that out. PLUS. 50 plus trucker talk at gmail.com. And I do respond to you guys. For sure, dog. A lot of products we started at a lot better. That is extremely correct. Remember when I talked to you about sometimes you're gonna have to, some guys say you're gonna make a lot of money, you got to step in and trip over and walk over the right golden turd for that to happen. Because for every small company that is good And when you find ones, bruh, they good. They are good to you because it's harder for them to replace you if you leave. They're very good, okay? Uh, but for every good one, shit, about 1,000 bad ones. It's hard, man, to find the right one. And when you find one, man, you gotta be picky. Plus, a lot of them, they're not, their people don't go nowhere. So if you come in, you better come in the day they're trying to grow. Uh, Let me see. There's I see. So that's why people say go out longer. Yes, yes, and um, you know you do good, man. When you stay out for a while, you get a momentum, and you keep that momentum, and you basically staying loaded. I mean, you do a 2,500-mile run and drop off, and when you're done dropping off, you're gonna pick up another load and then go park, do your 10 or whatever, get up and burn it again. I mean, the truck is always rolling. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're 50 cent a mile and then you're doing 100,000 a year, you make $50,000. And you can do 100,000. The truck I'm in right now has 92,000 miles on it at 25. So probably by the end of, well, by the middle of September, I would have put 75,000 miles on that truck. I'm gonna do real close to 100,000 miles with Melton in a year. First year flatbed, and uh, a lot of that time was regional. So uh, if you if you're going to do 100,000 miles a year, and let's say you started at Swift, and it will start you off at 38 cents, but by the time real shortly after that, like in about a month and a half, you'll be up to like maybe 42 cents or something, like 41 cents a mile, something like that. Uh, if you do that time 100,000 miles, you're looking at somewhere around 44,000 a year. If you're doing 100,000 miles a year, if you're not doing 100,000 miles a year, you're probably gonna be in trouble financially. It depends on what you want to get out of it. But you have to burn some fuel. Okay. Um, Let me see. It's $90 a day for 630 a week for training. There you go. In 90 days, it's $90 a day. Right. I read it right. I just want to make sure. $90 a day, uh, $630 a week. Swift was $500 a week. 500. And then they paid you the minimum wage for your state for any hours over the 40 that you've driven. So it kind of depends how much your mentor allows you to drive. You can make a little bit more. Uh, J Smooth. Most drivers overlook private fleets like Coca-Cola and Pepsi at Home Depot. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Tell you something right now. If you can get on with Coca-Cola or Pepsi, well, you better hurry the hell up. I don't know what the hell you're doing. You better hurry up. You get on with Coca-Cola and Pepsi. You about to get paid. You about to get paid, bro. So if you're going for some money, yeah, you know, uh, they touch freight. I ain't touching freight. I don't like touch freight. I touch it when I'm strapping it. I touch it when I'm targeting it. But I don't want to unload the damn truck. I do, but it's going to be when I'm on my own, and it's big John Deere tractors and Caterpillar, front loaders and scrapers and driving them big old things. I want to do, but I have no interest in unloading Pepsis. But I'm gonna tell you, he's right. those small companies, well, that's not a small company, okay? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, they are not small companies, but uh, uh, they pay really well. You know, in fact, one of the guys that went to school with me at Melton School was in my Melton orientation. He left Melton like about, I don't know, a month or a month and a half in, because a friend of his got him on at Pepsi, and I don't blame him. And he home every day. And you know, he told me that at Pepsi, I think he said Pepsi, not Coke, but anyways, it doesn't matter. He said that they have runs every day that they do every day, and they load their truck up and then take off. And when they're done with their final stop, they're done for the day. That's why they be born. They boom, because then they finish. You know, they get it done quick and they finish for the day. But they get paid for the day and they done. So it's pretty good. Gotta get on that. Let me see here. Um, yeah, he said they're home every day. That's right. They are. That's good. That's pretty cool, dude. Man. Pretty cool deal. Jose Martinez. Sorry for your first week of orientation. Is a 500. Yeah. Okay. So talk to your recruiter to make sure that the bonuses is right. You're gonna get like, I want to say like 175 in cash, something like that. Um, when you take the keys to your truck in cash, put it in, so you have some cash with you, and then your first check is the balance of that little sign on bonus, and it's pretty cool, man. I mean, you know, it's good little old something to put in your pocket. Okay. Um, Besides the endorsements, what ID paperwork do you need to be able to haul hazmat? You need a hazmat endorsement. Um, and um, lights, flags, signage. Um, when you get a hazmat load, you're gonna have a special route if needed. You can't go into tunnels. There are some places that you know you just can't drive, and you need to make sure that. And plus, when you're driving, the sign will say you can take a regular route. Okay, you take a regular route, and then doing that regular route, you're gonna see a sign say hazmat exit so and so, and it's basically gonna detour you around the city because it owns your hazmat running through the city or whatever. You know, running over crossing that bridge with hazmat, whatever. But it's not hard. However, it does open you up for more loads. Okay, definitely get your endorsements. Get the tanker. Get the doubles and triples. Get your hazmat. Get everything you need, man. Get them all. 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 Go get you a twit card. Okay, it pays off. I can tell you this, man. That twit card has got me some lows, got me where I wanted to be, got me home a little bit more regular than I might not have been able to get if I didn't have that twit card. But boy, you just burn so much goddamn time at that port, man. It sucks ass. Okay, but I mean it does pay off in the long run. It says I will make over 50K starting with delivering with a forklift and working 40 hours a week every day. Yeah. Yeah, why wouldn't I? If I was get started, man, I'm a young dude, and you know, I'm pulling the Pepsi truck, or whatever, and then I'm going to deliver, and I get to drive a forklift, play around forklift, it'd be all right. And yeah, you can make some good money. But being home every day, man, it's a big old thing right there. I'm really liking that. Um, Mr. Wilson says, I talked to the guy here in Mississippi at Pepsi. He told me they make $635 a week, maybe at that location. Now, does he mean $630 a week? Uh, taking to his house, taking home. because that sounds low to me. That sounds way low, and that might be what he take home. And listen, here's a trick, guys. When people start talking about how much money they make, how much we make at Swift. Okay, how much you make at Melton? How much you make wherever? You want to know what they gross. Okay, don't ask anybody what they take home because that's not going to help you. Because what they take home and what you take home is two different things. They made a different tax bracket. They could have made 15 illegitimate kiddos getting child support, back old child support, government liens, all kinds of shit come out their check. So when he tell you he makes $635, that's how much he could have bought a check home $1,900 if he would have wrote a condom. Okay? So, we don't know. You want to find out what the gross is. But I'm telling you right now, that dude work for Pepsi, he taking more than $630 a week. Let's need part-time. At great. Okay? Find out what you want to know something, even what the gross is, not the net. You don't want to know what the net is. Net's gonna be different every time. Everybody got different scenarios, okay? He grossing more than $635. That or he just sitting with his thumb up his ass, he ain't working. The man, I'm in Oklahoma and around here, the corporate and they're at 22 an hour, I guess. So your friend's probably working at. There you go, man. There you go. I'm telling you right now. You talking about Pepsi and Coca-Cola, bro. These people paid, bro. They paid. They're like somebody tell you, "Oh, I work for UPS. I'm making $630 a week." Your ass work for UPS, make $630 a week. I don't know what the shit you doing. They take your ass to school or something. I don't know. These companies pay damn good, bro. Damn good. Problem is, it's not easy to get in there. Okay, and it's easier to get in. Let's say I want to go work at Pepsi. I call Pepsi up, and I probably get hired next week. I'm gonna get hired because I got driving experience already. That's number one. Number two, my driving record is clean. Number three, I don't have any drugs. I don't do no drugs. I don't do none of that. No alcohol, none of that. So I'm not worried that I'm gonna have to pass anything. And my background is clean. Everything's straight. That's a different situation. Main thing is I don't do no dope, and I have experience driving. Okay, uh, that kind of stuff help you get in the door. But can you imagine the driving application they got at Pepsi? I bet they get goddamn thousand new applications a day or some shit like that. Crazy, bro. But if you can get on, if you know somebody, you can get in there. That's what you want to do. It's getting damn good, man. And and let's just talk about the private companies. We'll call them small, maybe like mom and pop type of place. They got less than 20 trucks. They got less than 20. They stuff is going to be a little bit more sporadic. Uh, because you know, they don't have the customers. Excuse me. Yeah, I did get up early this morning. I drove, and I delivered. Then I drove to the port and waited. I'm tired. Okay, so I'm yawning a little bit. Uh, Say they got a small little fleet, right? Um, they make they're gonna pay you more, but they have a little bit less work, okay? And you really don't care. You just want to make sure that you get your miles in for that week. And for the most part, um, they got enough trucks. They're gonna get you the miles, but they're gonna pay you more than 50 cents. You know, some of them even pay you a percentage. If you can get percentage paid with one of these small companies, you're gonna do awesome, man. You're gonna do really good. And let's not say for you guys to not try these smaller companies, because if you can find one, you talk to some drivers and they tell you what they liking it, or what the downsides are, you know. Excuse me. Then you can do all right. Go get you one of them. you day cabs at a small company that's going to get you home every day and pay your ass $100,000 a year. If you can do that, shit, do it, boy, do it. Okay, small companies, mom and pops, they're not bad, man. They're not bad. They're not all bad. Put it that way. Okay, let's see what else we got here. UPS freight's around 28 an hour. Starting out, but good luck finding it. That's right. That's right. They are super good, man. You can get you good on that UPS, man. You do everything they tell you. They tell you when you come to work, suck your thumb. You better come in and work like him, because you do not want to get out of UPS, man. You gonna retire there. You gonna be fat. You be fat. You gonna retire. Your belly be out like him. You can be eating salami sandwiches off your belly. You gonna come out there fat. Been glad you've been there. That's cool, man. Where's the barbecue at, man? Look here. I barbecued last weekend when I was home. What I made? I did some briskets last weekend, and I cut the brisket in half. I cooked two briskets. I cut them both in half, and I vacuum sealed three pieces of it, and then I kept one, the point, and actually it was a point and a flat on the point side, right? And then my daughter invited some of her friends over, and they would have got put potatoes in them, so they eat chopped beef, baked potatoes. They eat the whole goddamn brisket. It was half, okay, but I mean they ate like, it's like 6 or 7 pounds of brisket. Come on, dude. But you know, they happy. They happy. I'm happy. I'm glad to see them kids happy, man. I mean, I call them kids. Hell, they grown. Shit, they 25 or some shit. But I enjoy. They like come around and eat, so I like making them happy, making some food, man. It's all good. It's all good. Suppose a lot of people just looking at how much they make per hour per mile. One thing they miss. Thing Ross missed benefits. Okay. Guys. So that says DJ Throdo 02. Okay, I just figured out what your name was. I was looking at it. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Now I got it. Okay, look. Dude is on point with that. Okay. Basically, what he's saying is, first off, as a UBS, we don't, as UBS, we know we don't chase cents per mile. Okay. For a few reasons. Okay. First reason is somebody tell you they're gonna pay you $1 a mile. You say, holy shit, I'm on my way. Another guy said, well, you come over here, we're going to pay you 50 cents a mile. And you go, hell no, I'm going there, you got to pay $1 a mile. It's obviously better, right? The $1 a mile guy, he going to get you, 700 miles a week. Should make $700. The other guy tell you, okay, I'm going to guarantee you 50, get 50 cents a mile, I'm going to guarantee you 2,500 miles a week. Which one you going to do? You say, okay, I'm going to go with the 2,500 mile guy. I'm going to make it twice as much, right? I'm driving for more, but I'm making twice as much. Okay, so at that point is your thought process is not, think about it. What's important to you is not cent per mile. What's important to you is your gross income. So it doesn't, doesn't matter how much cent per mile is. What you looking for is to make the much money that you can make. Cent per mile doesn't matter, right? Okay. I'm going to work at one company, and I have a family. Myself, my wife, two kids, and my wife is going. I want to be a stay-home mother, so she doesn't have insurance. So now uh, another factor comes in, not just cent per mile. Now we need to concentrate on the company's benefits. Okay, how much is it going to cost me to insure my family fully, husband, wife, two children? Okay, with dental and eye and health and life and everything they need. How much is the insurance? A lot of people don't ask recruiters that. They don't say, "Hey, I need you to send me a screenshot or send me a email or something of the insurance package, the benefit package, how much it offers, so I can kind of figure out how much it's going to cost me to insure my family." Okay, so let's say one company is a smaller company. They're paying you more per mile because they're a smaller company. Their insurance is, quite a bit more. Let's put a figure on it. Let's say 30% more than a larger company that's paying you less per mile. Okay, don't chase the cent per mile because the other company may pay you more per mile, but you have to insure your family, and it costs you twice as much or a third much more to insure your family at the company that's paying you more per mile. So when you put the pencil to paper, as it turns out, the company that pays you less per mile is going to be a better deal for you because you're going to save more versus the insurance package. You follow what I'm saying? So what he's saying to you, people pay attention to cent per mile, but don't pay attention to the benefit part of it. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of education on um, um, what what to look for when you go out there and try to find a company to go work for. Okay, um, I liked the fact that Melton's insurance uh, was so reasonably priced. I mean, it's really good, and it's good insurance. Thankfully, I'm not a person that needs to go to the hospital very often. But um, I do take blood pressure medication, and it works out really good. Swift had good insurance, good medical stuff. I mean, and it was very inexpensive. But it's a huge company. I mean, their benefits are spread out over a whole bunch of people. You know, and Melton was a much smaller company than I was thinking I was going to pay at the culo. However, that wasn't the case. I mean, they got 1,500 trucks, but they have very good insurance, and they're not much more than they paid at Swift. So, but for you guys' purposes, I'm trying to get you to understand the math, make a really good decision when you get ready to try to get out there and get it done. Okay, no matter what company you choose, man, you're gonna have to sit down and write out what is necessary for you. Okay, if you have a family and if you're the sole provider, or um, some of you guys are you know you have children that doesn't that they don't live with you pretty much. Okay, so you got child support, and the child support order say that you have to put your child on. You have to carry child insurance. Okay, that makes a difference when you go to work. Okay, because you got to put your kid on that insurance, and you want it to be decent insurance, and you want it to be affordable insurance. Okay, that way you can keep the insurance. All right, and all those things take effect the hour way. Okay, um, so we have been on almost an hour and a half. You guys got any more questions before I let this one ride for the day. And by the way, more likely than not, I'm gonna be uh, here tomorrow because I'm not going. I'm not going back on the road until this storm is gone. Okay, so I'm gonna do another one tomorrow. I hope you guys logged on, and this one was kind of spur of the moment. But tomorrow when I get ready to come out, I'll put the time out first and say, hey, I'm coming out just a little bit. Okay. Um, and I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for your time, bro. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Don't y'all ever forget. Hey, I realize that every moment, every minute you guys spend with me, you could have been doing something else with your time, and I'm grateful that you guys care enough about old 50 to listen to me run my mouth that you would donate that much of your life to listen to me rumble. And I want you to know that I appreciate it, and I hope that I can continue to bring you guys, something that's worthy of y'all's time, and I really appreciate it. Okay, and so tomorrow we're gonna do it again. Um, yeah, again, looking out for all. That's right, bro. We're gonna look out for each other. Um, I'm gonna try to get. I like for you guys to call in and talk on on this little all this money I spent in here. So I'm gonna have to get my son over here tomorrow so we can get the soundboard correct, and you guys can call in. Okay. So, anyways, dubious. Until I get to see you guys again, talk to you guys again. Uh, Deliver undistracted. And here's your boop.